Evan Roberts was born on June 8, 1878, in Lucker, a small village in South Wales. From a young age, Evan was known for his quiet and introspective nature, yet there was something unique about him, a deep hunger for spiritual truth. Raised in a devout Christian family, the seeds of faith were planted early in his heart. His parents were fervent believers, and they nurtured his love for God, teaching him the importance of prayer and the power of the Holy Spirit. But Evan's journey wasn't without its struggles. As a young boy, he worked in the coal mines alongside his father, enduring long hours in harsh conditions. It was during these years that Evan's faith was tested and refined. He often carried his Bible with him, reading it during breaks, and praying fervently for a deeper experience of God's presence. This period of his life shaped his character, instilling in him a profound empathy for the working class and a desire to see their lives transformed by the gospel. Evan's quest for spiritual truth led him to attend church services regularly, where he became captivated by the teachings of the Bible. But it wasn't until 1904, at the age of 26, that his life would take a dramatic turn. That year, Evan experienced a powerful encounter with the Holy Spirit, one that would ignite a flame within him, a flame that would soon spread across the nation. It was during a prayer meeting in Lucker that Evan first sensed God's call to revival. He prayed earnestly, often spending hours on his knees, crying out to God for a spiritual awakening in Wales. This burden for revival consumed him, and he began to gather a small group of like-minded believers who shared his vision. Together they prayed with fervor, believing that God was about to do something extraordinary, and indeed, something extraordinary did happen. In the autumn of 1904, the Welsh Revival was born. It started in a small chapel in Lucker, where Evan, with a trembling voice, shared his vision for a nationwide awakening. His message was simple yet profound: bend the church and save the world. These words echoed through the hearts of those who heard them, sparking a revival that would sweep across Wales and beyond. The revival meetings led by Evan Roberts were unlike anything the country had ever seen. People of all ages and backgrounds gathered in chapels, homes, and even on street corners to pray, worship, and seek God's face. The presence of the Holy Spirit was palpable, and lives were transformed as people repented of their sins and committed their lives to Christ. The impact was so profound that entire communities were changed. Pubs closed down, crime rates dropped, and reconciliation took place among families and friends. Evan's leadership during the Welsh Revival was marked by humility and a deep reliance on the Holy Spirit. He was not a polished preacher, nor did he seek fame or recognition. Instead, he was a vessel through whom God could work. His messages were often spontaneous, guided by the Spirit, and he always emphasized the importance of personal holiness and a deep relationship with God. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Welsh Revival was its global impact. News of the revival spread rapidly, reaching as far as America, Africa, and Asia. Missionaries and church leaders from around the world traveled to Wales to witness the revival firsthand, and many returned to their own countries with a renewed passion for God and a desire to see revival in their own communities. The Welsh Revival also played a significant role in the rise of the Pentecostal movement, which would go on to impact millions of lives worldwide. But Evan Roberts' story is not just about the revival itself, it's also about the personal sacrifices he made in pursuit of God's call. The intensity of the revival took a toll on Evan's health, both physically and emotionally. He often spent days fasting and praying, pouring out his heart before God. The weight of leading a nationwide revival was immense, and Evan struggled with the pressures that came with it. Eventually, the strain became too much, and in 1906, Evan withdrew from public ministry to focus on his health and personal relationship with God. Although he stepped back from the limelight, Evan Roberts' legacy continued to inspire generations of believers. His life is a testament to the power of prayer, the importance of obedience to God's call, and the impact one person can have when fully surrendered to the Holy Spirit. Even in his later years, Evan remained a man of prayer, often interceding for others and encouraging them to seek a deeper walk with God. Evan Roberts passed away on January 29, 1951, but his influence lives on. The Welsh Revival remains one of the most significant spiritual movements of the 20th century, and its effects are still felt today. Evan's story reminds us that God can use anyone, regardless of their background or abilities, to bring about extraordinary change. It's a story of faith, perseverance, and the incredible things that can happen when we say yes to God. As we reflect on Evan Roberts' life, let's be inspired to pursue God with the same passion and dedication. Let his story encourage us to pray fervently, to seek God's will above all else, and to be willing vessels for his work in our own lives and communities. Just as Evan once prayed for revival, we too can pray for God to move in our generation. Who knows what extraordinary things God might do through us if we, like Evan, surrender our lives completely to him